get to it. First up tonight, I want to talk about one of my favorite sons, right? Sons, S-O-N, sons. For those of you who don't know, when I say sons, again, I'm talking about S-O-N. It's an acronym I made a while back, and it stands for Scared Old Negroes. Scared old Negroes who can't leave the Democrat plantation. Now, one of my favorite scared old Negroes, or sons, that I like to discuss is none other than Ghetto Boys rapper turned YouTuber Willie D. Alright, now in case you guys aren't up to speed, fellow rapper Slim Thug took to the gram the other day to give an inspiring message to the black community. And today, Willie D responded to that video with his own opposing take. Now, I'm 50-50 with Slim Thug, right? I don't agree with a lot of Slim Thug's takes and opinions. However, at least he isn't totally delusional. Okay, he definitely was pro Kamala Harris, right? Which I disagree with. But then again, they might have cut him that check. They definitely might have cut him that check. But nonetheless, I tend to agree with what he had to say in this video I'm about to play. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, let's get to that video. All right, give me a second, good people. All right. So here's what Slim Thug had to say.
It's 2025. We can't blame white folks no more. We gotta let that go, kid. Them people, that wasn't even these people. That was some people before them. So at the end of the day, everybody showed us they can do it from scratch.
All right, now y'all heard what he said. So basically, and I'm not gonna play his whole video because Willie D's video is pretty long. So I don't want to get into Slim Thug's whole. But this is the gist of what he had to say. All right. So let me play that back for you.
It's 2025. We can't blame white folks no more. We gotta let that go, kid. Them people, that wasn't even these people. That was some people before them. So at the end of the day, everybody showed us they can do it from scratch. So we can't be worried, waiting on nobody to give us nothing. Everybody just gotta do it, no matter where you come from. You gotta do it from scratch. I ain't have shit and look at me now. So if I could have did it, you could have did it now. We gotta stop making excuses. Stop waiting on motherfuckers. We gotta take advantage of this shit. We gotta be happy on purpose, doing shit that make us happy. It's 2025. We can't blame white folks no more. We gotta let that go, kid. Them people, that wasn't even these people. That was some people before them.
All right, so there we have it. Okay? Nothing over the top, nothing crazy. Just letting black folks know that now is the time to step up and do for self. Now, sure, you can complain about the white man until you're blue in the face. But what's that going to do for anyone besides race baiters like Willie D, who make a living off of crying about isolated situations that appear to be racially charged? Slim Thug is telling you to stop crying, get off your ass, and take advantage of being a citizen of the freest country in the world. That's all he's telling you. Right? So, anyways, let's get to Willie D's comments. And then we'll get into this discussion. All right? 1 second. All right. Get that up for you real quick. All right, here we go. All right, so here's what Willie D had to say. Let's get it.
What's up, family? I just watched a video of Slim Thug, my homie, talking about how black folks need to stop blaming white folks for their problems. Slim declared it's 2025. We can't blame white folks no more. We got to get past it. Let it go. No more excuses. Slim cited the success of others who have come here and got it from scratch. He said that if they can do it, we can do it. He also cited himself in his own success. He said, hey man, you know, I came from nothing. If I can do it, you can do it. We gotta take stewardship of our own happiness. You know, we gotta be intentional about being happy. You know, don't blame anybody. Well, Slim, all that sounds good, but the reality is no group of people in the history of civilization has ever been able to reach their optimum when they're being targeted for failure by their own government.
Okay, so I want to stop it right there. Now, who exactly is targeting black folks for failure? Who exactly is doing this, right? I really want to dig into what he's saying because it doesn't make any sense to me. Willie D is a well-known Democrat, right? He's a Democrat. He makes no bones about that. Now, where do most black people live? Most black people live in heavily Democrat-controlled areas. Willie D is in Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas is heavily controlled by Democrats. Okay? I live in Washington, D.C., heavily controlled by Democrats. Places like Detroit, Atlanta, Chicago, all where large concentrations of black people are, controlled by Democrats. But yet, he's the same one that tells you to vote for these people every 4 years. Every 4 years, Willie D is the main one. He was the main one telling you, vote for Kamala Harris, vote for Joe Biden. But these are the people who are controlling your neighborhoods. You've been voting for them for the past 60 years, and they haven't done anything. So when you talk about a government targeting black people, you must be talking about the Democrats. Even all your police killings and shootings that we allege are racially done. These are all done in Democrat jurisdictions. All Democrat places. See, this is the cop-out. This is the cop-out. He wants to sit up here and tell you that, you know, black people's problems can only be blamed on white people because of racism, right? But there's a reason why he does that, because people like him get paid to tell you stuff like that. If there was no racism, Willie D wouldn't get paid. He'd have to think of something else to talk about. But we'll get into that. Let's get it. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, hit that like button for me, please. Hit that share button. And also, hold up, I almost forgot. Do me a favor. Hit that super chat or that Cash App. All right, let's get it. Let's go.
The government makes the laws. The government enforces the laws. The dominant race creates the industries and they control the industries. Every major institution in this country is being controlled by white folks. Every major institution in this country is being controlled by white folks. Now, you think that's happenstance? No, brother, that's by design.
Again, this is hilarious. Willie D is literally broadcast daily on YouTube. That's owned by who? A white person. YouTube's owned by a white person. The very tool that he uses to get out to his followers every day and collect money off super chats and views, because this is all Willie D does at this point. He's a full-time YouTuber. Getting money from the quote-unquote white man's platform, but at the same time trying to tell you that you can't succeed in the quote-unquote white man's world because all of them are racist. I'm sorry, I don't ascribe to that way of thinking. Are there racist people out here? Sure. But I guarantee you this, you got a better chance of succeeding in the United States of America as a black person than you do in Nigeria, than you do in Ghana, than you do in Mexico, than you do in God knows where, Panama. Why? Because the way our government is set up, you can navigate through the people who may or may not be racist because there's laws to protect you. You have rights. If you pick up a goddamn book and read, you know about them. But instead, you decide to sit and listen to niggas like Willie D all day on the internet telling you that you can't succeed when he is a prime example of someone who succeeded. Someone who came out of the projects of the 5th Ward ghetto in Houston. He succeeded. Let's continue.
And if anybody tries to penetrate those industries, they are going to be met with extreme resistance. So yeah, somebody gonna slip through the crack every now and then.
Penetrate what industries though? You see, here's one thing, and I'm gonna stop pausing. I'm gonna let him go. But I want to just point this out. You hear a lot of black celebrities, right? Or these black race baiters on the internet tell you that they won't let a black man penetrate the industry. Well, that's not true. It's just that black folks try to penetrate the wrong industries. See, black folks think that there's only 3 industries. We think that there's only 3 industries: sports, music, and Hollywood. We think that those are the only 3 industries when there's plenty of other industries that a whole bunch of people make money off that we don't even look into. We aren't sending our kids to school to be engineers and to excel at STEM. We send our kids those 3 places: Hollywood, sports, and music. And yes, those industries are tied up by certain people, but they don't let anybody get into their inner circles. That doesn't just apply to black folks not getting into those circles. There's white folks that can't get into those circles. Let's go.
But even when they get through, you're talking about one of one. You talking about it. You got to be a hellified person. You got to be a hellified individual to get to that level. When you talk about other people coming here and getting it from scratch, what you fail to mention, Slim, is that those people don't have people running interference, trying to stop them from gaining access. Slim also said that wasn't even these people. That was some people before them. Come on, Slim. Come on. Now, to my good white folks, if it don't apply, let it fly. If the shoe don't fit, you ain't in the shit. I'm not talking about you. But let's call a strike and a ball. You know damn well you got white folks out there that intentionally run interference on black folks. You know it's white folks out there that's got a anybody but the blacks mentality. You know that there are white folks out there that come up with ideas every few years to try to figure out how they can further oppress black folks.
I mean, okay, yeah, there may be white people out there doing that, but there's, for every white man that's trying to hold you down, there's at least 50 niggas that'll stand in your way first. There's at least 50 niggas that'll stand in your way first. Here's one thing niggas need to realize, bro. The average white person in America is not thinking about your black ass. I can tell you that with confidence. The average white person in America is feeling it just like everybody else. Even the big wigs, even the top 1% of white people, they're not worried about black people. They're worried about China. They're worried about Russia. They're worried about India. They're worried about Brazil. They're worried about communists and Marxists trying to infiltrate America and turn us into, early 20th century Russia. Stalin and Lenin type shit. Nobody's worried about niggas, man. I guarantee you, man, the average white person probably wishes that niggas would get their shit together. As long as we keep having this attitude, pointing the finger at everybody else and not looking in the mirror to fix our own situation, we're gonna have the same problems. But anyway, let's go.
You know that there are white folks out there who purposely become police officers so that they can kill black folks. That's right, I said it. So look, I'm not going to be silent so you can be comfortable. Why is it that black folks are the only people that society says, forget about the past, let it go? And so we're the only ones that they say, don't worry about your heritage. That was a long time ago. Ain't nobody forgot about 9/11. Ain't nobody forgot about Pearl Harbor. Ain't nobody forgot about the Holocaust. They ain't telling nobody to forget about the Alamo. Ain't nobody forgot about the American Civil War. Oh man, they celebrate every year and they put it in the history books so you can never, ever, ever forget. Now here's the thing. When Slim talked about black folks complaining, do y'all really think that black folks wake up every day looking forward to being oppressed so that we can have something to complain about? Like, yo, look, we got to keep this oppression thing going so we can have something to complain about.
All right, so there we have it. There we have it. That's Willie D's response to Slim Thug. And I'll just say this, man. It's high time we stop taking advice from scared old Negroes like Willie D. It's amazing to me how a man who contributed to the downfall of the black community, yes, I said contributed it, and let me stop for a minute. Willie D is a pioneer in the early stages of gangster rap. Hold on, as a matter of fact, he's one of the original gangster rappers. The Ghetto Boys, right after NWA, he's one of the original gangster rappers. So yes, it amazes me how a major contributor to the downfall of the black community can sit up here and honestly preach this let's blame the white man shit to people when he worked under an all-black record label, Rap-A-Lot Records, aka Mob Ties, that promoted and it still actively promotes degenerate behavior in the black community. This nigga wants to whine and cry about the imaginary white man attacking blacks and being out to get us, but doesn't even realize that the biggest threat to the day-to-day black man in America is unfortunately other black men. You don't agree? Go argue with your baby mama, because this shit ain't up for debate. 11,000 black men on average per year are killed by other black men in America. Okay? That's light years beyond the rates of any other race in the country. No other race in the country kills each other at the rate we kill each other at. Or do they have the amount of murders that we have? All right? So I'm talking per capita and most overall murders. And to top it off, we're only 13% of the population. Bro, that shit's a problem. I'm tired of people saying there's no such thing as black on black crime. Bro, that shit's a problem, bro. That shit's a problem. Shout out to BC from BX. He says the answer is unanimously yes. We absolutely wake up early to hop on the oppression train. Facts. Facts. But back to my point. That is the shit Willie D and Rap-A-Lot Records promoted in the early 90s. And honestly, it's what they're still promoting now with Mob Ties. Honeycomb, Brazy, Finesse 2 Times, all these wild niggas. But you don't hear Willie D say a peep about that. One, because he don't want no smoke with Jay Prince. And two, because it doesn't generate super chats and YouTube views. See, Willie D knows, just like every other race baiter on YouTube knows, victimhood sells faster than accountability. Victimhood sells faster than accountability. If you accept the facts, dedicate yourself to a worthy or rewarding cause, you can accomplish anything in America. I'm a firm believer in that. And 9 out of 10 of the times, it's a white boy who'll hand you the check. It's a white boy who'll hand you the check. See, once you figure out that niggas like Willie D become irrelevant, when there's no race baiting and there's nothing to complain about, they gotta switch up their game. They gotta switch up their game or they're gonna fail. If there's no victims to preach to, then there's no more super chats and views and merch to sell. It's kind of like cancer. There ain't no money in the cure.
Yeah, they got it bumping.